Well, good morning, Glen Alum Bible Church. We're in the 5th week of the Lenten season of prayer and fasting. Each week I'm coming to you offering one reason why we should be fasting. To date, we've covered 4. We've learned that Jesus fasted, so we should certainly fast. We learned that Jesus said that his disciples would fast. That is, after he ascended and went into heaven, that we would mourn to be with him, and we'd express that in our fasting. Jesus also said that we feed upon his presence. This is the 3rd reason to fast, because he's the bread of life, and going without food is a tangible reminder that through him, his presence, we're most deeply nourished. 4th, we fast because it humbles us. There are few things that cut at the soul as quickly as hunger. That's why popular culture has come up with the term hangry, and through fasting, we connect quickly with our weakness, our frailty, and we know that God gives grace to the humble. The 5th reason that we should be fasting is fasting strengthens self-control. It enables us to discipline the body. Paul wrote to Pastor Timothy in 1 Timothy chapter 4, train yourself in godliness. Now, self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. It's something the Spirit works in our lives, but we participate with the Spirit through disciplines such as fasting. Paul said, train yourself in godliness. For physical training has some value, but godliness has value both for the present life and the life to come. So we can, through fasting, teach our bodies discipline. We can learn self-control. Let me give you one example of how this is beneficial. Most of us have these favorite sins, I would say, this group of sins that we run to most often. And we know that we shouldn't be participating in these sins, and we often try to discipline the flesh to stay away from these sins, which is a fine thing. But what I've noticed is going straight at those sins and saying, I'm not going to commit these sins any longer, can give us an over-focus on these sins. It's a little bit like saying, I'm not going to think of a pink unicorn. And we immediately think of a pink unicorn, right? I'm not going to commit these sins. I'm not going to commit these sins. And then we end up committing them. I actually think it's a ploy of our enemy, Satan, to get us thinking about the sins. But in fasting, we get our attention off the sins we don't want to commit any longer and onto a disciplining of the flesh. And this is the value for godliness, both in this life and the one to come. By focusing on fasting, we learn self-control, which can be applied to the sins that we no longer want to commit. This week, I pray the Lord's blessings on you as you fast and increase in self-control.